on to the Jewish section. So please give it up for Mr. Yisrael Shurack.
Thanks very much. I'm a rabbi, but I'm not David's rabbi. But I did take David's class. It was a fantastic class. I have to recommend it to everyone. I came home after the first class. I told my wife, this class is so great. It's amazing. I wish we could take it together. She said, why should I take the class? I can learn a lot from you. I said, hold that thought. I want to savor this moment. My wife's always been kind of frustrated by how much I interrupt her. So lately, she was quite pleased when she sees me really listening, even taking notes. She said to me, Yisrael, this is fantastic. After 12 years of marriage, you're really paying attention to what I have to say. I said, Etty, I'm so glad I have so much material for my routine. On a recent visit, my mom was here from back east, and we're sitting around the dinner table. She says, you know, my son is amazing. He cooks, he cleans, he takes care of the kids, he provides for this family. My wife looks at me, she says, Yisrael, you never told me you had a brother. But after 12 years of marriage, I've learned a lot about communication and the differences between men and women. You know, women don't want solutions, they want to be heard. So men, you could write this down if you want. Here's some phrases that work very well, so your wife knows that you're paying attention. You can say something like, that sounds really frustrating. Or you could say, I'm gonna have to think about that for a while. But I have to be careful because last week I completely zoned out. And apparently, saying that sounds frustrating is not the right answer to the vet called, we're gonna have to put the dog down. I'm gonna change topics now because my wife is here and she gave me the signal. It's a fine line you have to walk with comic relief and sleeping on the couch. Plus, I love my family. My family's great. Kids are great. I've got 3 kids.
Woo!
Thank you. I have a 6-year-old, I have a 4-year-old, and I have a 1.5-year-old. It's exhausting just saying it. The thing about kids is kids are like little CIA agents. Selective hearing. I'll give you an example today. Could you clean up the blocks? Could you clean up the blocks? Could you clean up the blocks? Oh, I didn't hear you. But I could be in my car, the door shut in the garage, and my daughter could be upstairs with her door shut, and if I open a Snickers bar, 2 seconds later, it's like, did you go in the candy box? Did you open that Snickers? Was that your Snickers? Last week, I finished the Mike and Ike's. So you know what I did? I took the box, I put it in the garbage in the bathroom all the way on the bottom. Because I figured, who checks the garbage in the bathroom for candy? You want to know who? My kids. Did you eat this? You know what I told them? Ask your mother. Sometimes I think to myself, you know what, I should just tell them the truth. Why not? It's my house, I pay the mortgage. When you go to sleep, I don't really do chores and make lunches. I just eat chocolate and chips. But I don't do that. You know why? Because I'm scared. I know what kids are capable of. That's why Navy SEAL training shouldn't be about learning to use a compass and obstacle courses. It should be, can you take care of a baby with colic for a month and not go insane? You want to test soldiers and see if they're going to give up the country's secrets if they're captured by the enemy? Make them go shopping with 3 kids, 6 and under, for 4 hours, and then see if they crack at the checkout line and buy something. That's a test of mental fortitude. But it's the sleep deprivation that really gets the parents, you know, because you can't have the little I love you moments and sleep. It's just not the way the world was created. So the other day, I'm sleeping, I wake up, I think I hear my 1.5-year-old crying. So I look at my wife. She looks out the window, she says, no, there's an ambulance outside the neighbor's house. Phew, close call, let's go back to sleep. It's funny, but it's true. It's okay though, Patty was fine. You want to know how you know who has kids at work? Monday morning. See, the people that come in who don't have kids, they're all, oh, it's Monday, the weekend's so short. And the people with kids like, hello, how you doing? What are we doing this week? Year-end report? Let's do it. Thank you. I'm Jewish, as some of you who are more observant might have noticed. One of the things I love about being Jewish is who doesn't love the Jews? Right? About 2 billion people, but I like to focus on the positive. I'm from back east, and one of the very differences here, being Jewish on the West Coast, is that I could be mistaken for people from other cultures. So, for instance, I can get discounts on Fruticana. I'm welcome at the Greek Orthodox Church, up the walk for lunch anytime. And when I'm late for work, I just chalk it up to my horse and buggy and blame it on being Amish. The other great thing about being the only Orthodox Jew at work is I can pretty much make up holidays and get time off.
Yeah.
So I'm all, next week is the anniversary of the Harvest Festival where Frodo gives the ring to Obi-Wan. 2 days off, no questions asked. No one wants a discrimination lawsuit. Okay, I remember. So at work, I'm kind of the point of reference for people when it comes to being Jewish, and everyone at my work knows I'm Hasidic, and therefore I don't shake hands with women. So imagine my colleague supplies, we're out in the community, and we meet another Jewish man who's also Orthodox, and he puts his hand up to shake hands. My colleague's like, gosh. As we walk away, she says to me, did you see what he did there? He put his hand up. I didn't want to get awkward, so I shook hands, but are you going to have to report him? So I started to explain the differences and how there's different practices in Judaism. There's no right, there's no wrong. She cuts me off. She says, but you're the real deal, right? I want to be modest, and I also want to tell the truth. So I said yes. Sometimes people like to challenge my commitment. So my colleague at work, he says to me, would you shave your beard for $50? No. Like, would you shave your beard for $100? Come on, man, I have principles. $1,000? I said, listen, I'll take cash, small bills, nothing traceable. Thanks very much.